Two things that greatly hinder us serving the Lord are pride and arrogance. This morning we're reading Psalm 131, a psalm of David. It's a very short psalm, and it talks about this. He says, Lord, my heart is not haughty. That's this prideful heart. He says, nor mine eyes lofty. Lofty eyes look down on other people. And these two things go together. To have a haughty or an arrogant and prideful heart, and then arrogantly to look down on other people. Neither do I exercise myself in great matters or in things too high for me. What a statement. I mean, just think about that. You know, there's some people and they don't think there's anything too high for them. They walk into the room trying to figure out how to get to the top, how to be in charge of the situation. And yet David says, you know, I don't exercise myself in things like that. I'm content. And that's exactly what David's life played out, was that contentment. He was content tending to his father's sheep. He was content in the army of Israel to serve as a soldier. And then once Samuel anointed him, he was content to let Saul be king and to serve him until God took Saul out of the way. He wouldn't go take that for himself. These are things that are associated with humility and with contentment. And that's what the next verse talks about. He says, surely I have behaved and quieted myself as a child that is weaned of his mother. My soul is even as a weaned child. If you ever think about a child going through the weaning process, and you know, they think you just hate them. They think they're going to die. You know, and how many mamas do you know that are nursing a baby and they know that he's not hungry. He's just throwing a fit because he wants to comfort himself by nursing, or he can't hardly sit in mama's lap without wanting to nurse. And finally, when the time comes to wean him, it is just terrible. And he throws a fit, and he just cries, and it's just so awful. And yet, it's the best thing for him because mama's helping him to understand that even though he couldn't have survived apart from her, now it's her job to help him to be on his own. And so this is the metaphor that David uses here. He says, I'm like a weaned child. In other words, I have learned to love God for who God is, not to be a spoiled child who throws a fit, looking for and always wanting what God gives. Love the giver and not just the gift. You know, to walk right past the person that you haven't seen in a long time saying, what did you bring me? That's what God does not want from us. And so he says that. He says, I've behaved and quieted myself like a weaned child. I'm content. I'm content with God, and I trust God because I know that the things that I truly need, God will give me. This is what Philippians chapter 4, verse 11 says, not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. It's something that you have to learn. It doesn't come naturally. That weaning process is good for us. It gets us from a place of dependence upon one aspect of God to love of God, of his person, and just an absolute trust that even though I may think I need something right now, right here, that God says, no, just trust me. I'll provide for you. I'll provide what you need. You don't even know what you need. I know what you need. God always knows what we need. The last verse says, let Israel hope in the Lord from henceforth and forever. You see, that weaned child goes from throwing a fit because he wants to nurse to loving his mother for who she is, knowing that she has given and will continue to give to help to take care of him and to get him ready for what's out there. Well, our God loves us more than we could ever possibly imagine. And he wants for us to be content with his presence, trusting him, hoping in him, knowing that he'll give us what we need. God bless you. Hope you have a great day.